Hey guys, today I'm filming my next update for my 20 in 2020 project pan. If you guys have not seen my intro or my previous updates, I will have my playlist linked up in the cards, and this is the third video that I'm filming in our new house. And I am filming with a little bit of the lighting up above, which is actually really nice. And I'm using natural light from the window. I'm not using my umbrella lights today, so I apologize if the lighting looks a little funny. I'm just trying different things out. I'm filming this at 4 p.m. and it is annoying to me that the door is in the background, but I'm trying to sit perfectly in the middle in front of the window, and the window and the door are not lined up. So this is what it's looking like right now. Again, I'm just testing out some different things. So I just appreciate you guys for being patient with me during this time. Like, the shadow here is driving me bonkers, but we are doing what we can. So rambling aside, let us get into the product. So first I wanted to talk about two things that I'm going to be removing from this project, and they're both concealers. The first is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer in the shade Light Sand. This is just too dark for me. It looks cakey and drying under the eye. I just don't love this, and it would just take me too long to try to make myself use this up. So I'm going to be decluttering this for my collection. And the other one is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer in Fair 00, which is the pure white shade. This is something that I do enjoy, and I will be keeping this in my collection, but I don't feel the need to really pan it right now. I have 3 under eye concealers in my collection plus this one, and I do have the Benefit Creaseless Concealer that is too dark, so I'll be mixing the two of those together, but it's not something I currently feel the need to pan. I'm just rotating between the different under eye concealers, and whenever I use the Benefit, I do naturally mix it with this. So we'll see in a later update if I decide I want to add them in, but I think I'm fine for now, considering that my under eye concealer collection is not huge. So then for my 20 in 2020 empties, there's only 3 of them. I know, not as many as I would like either, but quarantine, COVID, y'all know the drill. I'm not gonna give you this speech again. We've already been over it. So let me just show you the 3 things that I used up. The first won't be a surprise to you. That would be my Marc Jacobs Daisy perfume. I was right there at my last update, so I only had a tiny bit to get through. I just love this perfume. I think this is such a great day-to-day fragrance. It's one of my favorites for spring. The only thing I don't like is that because it's an Eau de Toilette, it doesn't last the longest on my skin. But I love the scent so much. So I'm not gonna buy a full size, but I would love to get a Scentbird size. This is a fragrance that I do need to put on my body and on my clothes in order to have the scent last longer on me, and I don't rollerballs on my clothes, so I would love to get a Scentbird size of this to have in my life. Then we have 2 makeup empties. The first I'm so proud of because it took forever. This is the Urban Decay Optical Illusion Complexion Primer, which is the pore filling primer that is so incredible. So this is a product that pumps up from the bottom. So I was right there at my last update. Again, only a little bit of product left, but I used it all up. And by the way, this does have like an airless pump, and I think usually people have a hard time with things like this, getting all the products out, but because it's an airless pump and you have this little like conveyor belt thing, the packaging worked perfectly, and I got out every little last bit of this. I'm so happy that I panned this because it's old and I wanted to use it up before it went bad, but by using this every day, I grew so fond of this. This is amazing. Like, this is a little bit thicker, but I do feel like it blends into my skin easily, and this works well with all of my other primers, which is not something that I can say for all pore filling primers. I used to really love the Smashbox one, but recently that one has just not been meshing with my other primers, so I'm going to be getting rid of that. I love the Dr. Brandt Pores No More primer, but that one is a little bit more slippery. It's a little thinner. The texture is different, but I think I love them both the same. I think they both do an amazing job of filling in pores and wrinkles and smoothing the skin. So this is something I will absolutely repurchase in the future, but I will buy the travel size. I think it's still a good value. I don't know if it's exactly like the same, you know, price per ounce, but I would just rather get the travel size because it takes so long to get through, and I don't want it to go bad, and I still love trying new primers. So 100% will repurchase this in the future, but I would get the travel size. Highly, highly recommend this. I would say it's best for like normal to oily skin types, but I know that Hannah Louise Poston is a little bit more like normal dry, and she really loved this one as well, and she applied it all over. So I think it's just something that works well for everyone, but highly recommend. And then I used up my ColourPop No Filter Foundation in Fair 15. I've done a whole review on the ColourPop complexion line. Long story short, I don't like anything except the concealer. This was hard for me to get through, but I did use this as a mixer because this was a little light for me. But this is nice and yellow tone. I think they have a great shade range in this line, but this foundation on its own is just terrible. I feel like it's light medium coverage. It's not buildable. It does not hold up on my oily skin. This is just a blah foundation, and I think even people with dry skin didn't really love this, so I would not recommend it. Took forever to get through, won't repurchase it. So happy that it's gone out of my life. So those were the 3 things that I used up. Now I'm going to show you the progress on the other 20 in 2020 items. So for my perfume, I was trying to work on one every season. So we are on to my summer perfume, and this is a Rollerball of Viva La Juicy Original, and then my fall perfume is Viva La Juicy Noir. So I have not used this one at all yet, but I have used my summer scent. So this is what my Rollerball looks like. It was completely full, but now we are all the way down here. So I only have like half the product left, and I definitely think I can have this finished off by the end of summer. Then for makeup, for primer, I have 2. The first is the CoverFx Mattifying Primer, and we were right here at my intro, and I'm all the way down here right now, so not a ton of progress made so far considering how much is in here, but this is in my current summer project pan, but I am already planning on putting this in my summer and my fall project to get this used up. I love this one so much. I already have a backup, but I would like to finish this, and we'll see how it goes. And my other primer is a Touch in Sol No Pore Blem primer. I had this laying on its side, and then I tried to mix it up today, so I'm not really sure where I am. I haven't used this one yet, but this is my second oldest primer in my collection, but this one does not expire until November 2021. So I am definitely gonna put all my focus into the CoverFx, and if I have to put this in next year's yearly project pan, I'll be totally fine with that. This is a primer I already know I really enjoy. Next, for foundation, we have the IT Cosmetics Matte CC Cream. At my last update, I was right here, and now I'm all the way down here. So there's not too much product left, but I do know that it's still gonna take me a while to get through. This is a little dark for me, so I am mixing it with something else. This was in my spring project pan, but I've rolled it into my summer project to hopefully have it completely used up. So we'll see where I'm at our next update, but I'm hoping it will be an empty. Then I have the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation, and this is in the shade number 10 Light Beige. I haven't used this one over the last 2 months at all, but this is where I am on the bottle, and this is what I'm going to move on to once I finish the IT Cosmetics. Then for my powder foundations, I think I've used each of these only one time. I still don't know what I'm gonna do with these. I definitely need to take some time and think about it. I know I'm gonna keep the Maybelline because I love it so much. This is the Maybelline Super Stay Better Skin in 10 Porcelain, but I have to decide if I want to keep the CoverFx or pass it on, since I just don't use pressed powders anymore. So this is their Pressed Mineral Foundation in the shade N10. And I tried putting this over top of the Tarte new like Maracuja Tinted Hydrator, and it just was too dark for me, so that didn't work out, because I was hoping that would be a great way to get some progress on this, but it didn't happen, so we'll see. Next, we've got my cheek products. So here is my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer in the bronzer shade. I will put up a little screen grab of what this looked like at my last update. I know that I've definitely expanded the pan. So I was hoping to have this finished off. Didn't happen, but I did make some really good progress on this. I'm setting this one to the side for now to potentially pull back out and use later, but this was my spring bronzer. Next, I'll put up a screen grab of my summer bronzer, which is the Milani Matte Make Bronzer in Sunset. I do know that I have made some progress since my last update. This is what I'm using right now. My goal is to finish up completely. Not so sure if that's gonna happen, but I'm definitely gonna try my best. Next, we have my fall bronzer, which is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil. I have not used this one at all yet, but I'm really hoping that I can get this one used up and then maybe finish the Physicians Formula in the fall time, but we'll see. If I can finish just this one, I'll be happy. And my one highlighter is the Urban Decay Afterglow Highlighter in Sin. This is in my current summer project pan, which I'll link in the cards for you, but I have made a little bit of progress. I've made a bit more of a depth, so I will put in a screen grab from my last update. Try and get a good angle so you guys can see the progress. So my camera overheated. I have 20% battery life left, so let's go. I believe I left off on setting sprays. So the first one is actually a primer spray. This is a Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, the 1 fluid ounce size. I've told you guys before, I have 4 of these in my collection, so I was putting 1 in each of my seasonal project pans to get them all used up. And this is my summer bottle, and I'm almost done with it. So I am gonna be done with all 4 of these by the end of the year for sure. So I am actually all the way down here, so I'll be able to start on my fall bottle very soon. Next, I have the Too Faced Peach Perfect Mattifying Setting Spray. This is in my current summer project pan. It doesn't feel like I have a ton left, but I'm not really sure. I have been weighing it and writing the weights on the lid. I do actually have a backup of this, and I would weigh that one, but it actually weighs too much for my scale. It's too heavy for my scale, so that isn't gonna work. Hopefully I'll have this done by my next update. I'm definitely gonna try. And then for my last setting spray, I've been just kind of rotating with the Peach Perfect, especially now that I'm staying at home and I'm putting this makeup on to film videos, not really for longevity. And the last one is my MAC Fix Plus spray. So this is where I was at my last update, and this is where I am now. So a little bit of progress there. This might take me until the end of the year to use up, but we will see. Now we're on to eyeshadows, and first I have some primer setting shades from the Too Faced Just Peachy Mattes palette. I was trying to pan Peach Meringue and Peach Butter, and I used up so much of them that I decided to repress them together. And I had freshly repressed it at my last update, but this is where I am now. So this is all that I have left, not much at all. So this will definitely be finished off by my next update. So for the shadow I've been using to set the primer on my brow bone, I was using Matte Malloy from the Balm Meet Matte Nude palette. I recently decided that I was gonna declutter that palette, and I just wanted to keep the white shade, so I did depot it, which was actually really easy. And this is where we are in this one. I have a really big dip, but I know it's gonna take me forever to hit pan and use this up. These shadows just come with so much product, but I don't mind. I love using this on a daily basis. And once I finish the Too Faced shades for the shadow in my crease, I'm gonna be using Matte Lynn from the Balm Meet Matte Tremoni palette. So I have not used this one yet this year. Then for the other shadows I'm panning, that would be Anastasia Birkin, which I'm using as a transition color, and Bengal, which I'm using as a crease color. I was using these a lot in the springtime, but I have been reaching for them this summer as well, and I do also believe I'll reach for them in the fall. So I will put up a screen grab of where I was at my last update and where I'm at now. I would love to finish both of these up, but I think realistically I'm probably only going to be able to finish that one, but I would still be super happy with that. And lastly, we have lip products. So I have a lipstick lip gloss combo for summer and fall left. So for summer, I'm using the Bare Minerals Bare Pro lipstick in the shade Petal. This is how much I have left. I've only been able to use up a small amount so far, but that is okay. I actually really love this color and formula. And then for my lip gloss, I'm using the Buxom Full On Lip Cream in Mudslide, which is the best neutral coral. I'm actually down here. I'm in love with this color, and I of course love this formula, so I'm really happy to be wearing this combo. I absolutely love it, and it'll be fine if I don't use it up. I'm trying my best. Then for my fall combo, I have a mini Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk. I haven't used this one at all yet. And then the gloss I'm going to be pairing it with is another Buxom Full On Lip Cream. This is in the shade Hot Toddy, which is more neutral, while Mudslide is more coral. Again, I'm going to try my best to get use out of all of these, but I'm not really wearing lip products because I'm putting a mask on when I'm out and about, and I'm trying to wear different lip products in my videos. So again, I'm going to do the best that I can, but I actually really like all these products, and I'd be fine if I still had them left in my collection. So now to show you my May and June empties, besides a few items in my 20 and 2020 project, I used up 9 additional products. Several of these things were in my spring project 10 pan, which I will have linked in the cards. The first one is the Becca Backlight Priming Filter. This is the half fluid ounce bottle. I love this primer. This is one of the best glowy primers that actually works well with my oily skin. I have 2 more backups in this size. I'll be happy to use up. This is something that I do see myself purchasing in the future. I just really enjoy it. Then for some powders, the first is the Blem Translucent Loose Setting Powder. I love this. I have 2 in the full size. It's amazing for setting my under eyes and my face. Definitely will repurchase this one. And then I also used up the Kat Von D Lock-It Translucent Setting Powder. This was nice, but it did darken my concealer a little bit and it had a nice glow to it. So I think this would be a great loose powder for people that have more dry or normal skin. But for me, it was just okay, and I have other loose powders that I prefer for both the under eyes and the face, so I wouldn't repurchase it, but I was excited to be able to try it out. And then my last face product is this Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Setting Spray. This was just okay. It was more similar to MAC Fix Plus than it was to like an all-nighter setting spray. Not something I would repurchase because I prefer the Urban Decay and the Fix Plus over that one. Then I have 2 brow products. The first is my NYX Eyebrow Shaper Wax Pencil. This is my first brow step. Then I'll go over top with pencil, and then I will set my brows in place with a clear brow gel. I love this product. I think it's amazing. I have one I'm using right now, and I have one backup. This was discontinued, unfortunately. This is something that I've been using since the very beginning of my makeup wearing days, since the beginning of my channel. I've been using this since like 2011, which is insane. Love this product, and you know, I can't imagine doing my brows without that. It's really, really beneficial if you use a brow powder because it will really help it stick to your skin and your brow hair. Then I did use up a mini Anastasia clear brow gel. This is the best clear brow gel, hands down. It's like hairspray for the brows. I love Benefit brow products more than Anastasia, but I don't like the Benefit 24-hour brow setter because of that plastic brush. I like this one way better. So this is seriously worth the hype and definitely recommend it. I'm not gonna buy it anytime soon because I do still have a few clear brow gels I need to work through first. And even though I don't love the Benefit, I can use it up. Next, I used up this mini of the Anastasia eye primer. This is not the travel size, this is the free sample size. This has 2 mils or 0.06 fluid ounces. This does have a tint to it. It's like a cream color. It's not fully opaque, but it's not sheer either. I fell in love with this. Now I went through it really quickly. Maybe I used more than I needed to, but I love this so much. I do have a travel size of this that I will be really happy to get some good use out of. Definitely recommend this, and I will repurchase it. It's great if you're looking for an eye primer with a little bit of tint to it. The sun just like disappeared, so the lighting has changed, but I have 9% left on my camera. I'm so sorry, we only have 2 things left. Next is the Lancome Cils Booster XL, which is their mascara primer. I really do like this. I do think it helps to give my lashes some length and some volume. I won't repurchase this because I don't think it does enough for me, but whenever I get little minis of these, I do keep them and use them. I just feel like my lashes are fine enough that I don't need something like this, but I love using it. And the last thing is my EOS Smooth Stick in Sweet Mint, which is my favorite lip balm because not too thin, not too thick, really easy to reapply throughout the day, and it has a great scent to it. And I will definitely repurchase this one. The sun is coming back a little bit, but that is all right. So, whew, that was my Pan 20 in 2020 update, and I'm pretty satisfied. Of course, I would love to use up more products, but considering the times, I think I did pretty dang good. So I would love to know how your projects are going right now. I would love to know what items you're panning. Let me know your thoughts on these products in the comments down below. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Again, I thank you for your patience on the lighting for these past couple of videos, and I'm hoping I will get everything worked out soon. I will talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.